Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Here with me, Rastra Kukuh Pradana with student number A1B221-037. On today's opportunity, in this very special course, which is TESOL, Curriculum Study and Syllabus Design with Ma'am Lilik, in the 12th meeting and the topic 12, I want to give an opinion review and give information towards my process in the constructing syllabus. So based on my postponed syllabus that I've been construct with my partner, which is Indana Zulfa, we create and we designing a syllabus specified for junior high school or SMP. So I already use a relevant reference or YouTube video for more exact. I already choose one of a video from a YouTube that helped me and support me to create assessment instrument and procedures, models, and also types to access the student English learners activities. So by these videos, I can learn and gain a lot of knowledge and how to create or how to make a assessment instrument and so on and so forth. So the video is entitled Penilaian pada Kurikulum Merdeka, Macam Asesmen dan Penetapannya beserta contoh. Indeed, this video is based on Indonesian language. However, it helped me a lot in gaining a lot of information. So this video by Susanti Amalia. So thank you, Susanti Amalia, for providing me this this video that give a lot of beneficial for a student like me. So from this video, we learn about learning assessment is an activities that become an integral part of the learning process indeed. And in this video, also give the idea that the purpose of assignment is to look for evidence of basic consideration about the achievement of a learning objective. These are two kinds of assessment, namely informative assessment and summative assessment. So in this video, give us a new knowledge about there are two kind of assessment, which is the informative one and the summative one. And also the formative assessment is aimed to get learning feedback to improve the learner's process. For example, a diagnostic assessment is carried out before the learning, and also to begins determine student prior knowledge regarding the topic to be taught afterwards. And also, in addition, assessment of a learning process can be done through written question or self-assessment, assessment between friends, or reflection on the learning itself. Meanwhile, the summative assessment was carried out to assess the achievement of the overall learning objective. And the summative assessment itself, this is done at the end of the learning, such as the midterm assessment or the semester assessment. So this assessment is indeed been done at the end of semester, for more exact. And also there are various type of assessment instrument, obviously, that can be used. However, there are several kind of assessment itself. There are three of it, which is the first one is assessment as learning, and then the second is assessment for learning, and the third one is assessment of learning. So What is the difference among these three actually? Well, the assessment as learning is to become a reflection of a process through a learning as a whole. And the second one of the kind of assessment is assessment for learning. So in the assessment for learning, it's basically the improvement process of a learning process itself. So we can call it as a remedial or something like that. And the last one is assessment of learning. So in assessment of learning, it's more like an evaluation that been held by a teacher with a student at the end of learning or teaching process, not in the end of semester, but every time the teachers held the class, teacher usually offer and question and answer to to know, to measure the student ability in understanding the materials on that day. So teacher should make an evaluation after the class. And then in the scoring rubric, there are several scoring instruments that the teacher can choose, or maybe teacher can apply all of them. Uh, and what kind of scoring instrument? So in the scoring instruments, there are scoring rubric. There are, in this video, they call it checklist, and then catatan, catatan anekdotal, and grafik perkembangan. This is just a form of the instrument, scoring instrument. That is just a form of scoring instrument. So in the scoring instrument, the teacher whether can make it as a rubric or as a checklist or as a note, that they call it anecdotal, or a graphic, make a feature of the improvement. And what kind of instrument then? There are observation, and then there are work uh, based a field based learning. There are project, there are a written tests, there are oral texts, and then assignments, and also portfolio. And those are the kinds of uh, scoring instrument. And not all the type of assessment must be given to a student. So, but the application of this type of assessment depend on the learning activities and the objective to be achieved. And in the learning module, there are detail of initial, core, and the final activities. In the formative assessment can be carried out in the initial and the core activities. And while a summative assessment can carried out in the final activities to assess the achievement of a learning objective. And also, we can show an example of assessment instrument that can use, such as attitude assessment rubric. This is also important, especially in the curriculum Merdeka, and also knowledge test, and an observation checklist, and each learning component must be assessed. So in this video, give me personally an information that each and every learning component must be assessed, including knowledge, skills, and attitude. I think that's also what the curriculum Merdeka trying to apply or trying to pursue on this newest or recent curriculum. And that is a brief explanation of a learning assessment in the Merdeka curriculum. Hopefully, this information is useful for for me personally to preparing my learning administration or syllabus for to be exact. I'm very sorry if there any lack of information and lack of delivery that I give in this video. I hope I can satisfy everyone, especially my lecturer, Ma'am Lily. I want to say thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.